And now, moving to Cary Summers, the founder of the Nehemiah Group. Please, Cary, share your amazing work with us.
I'm Cary Summers from Springfield, Missouri in the United States. We have an organization that we formed many years ago called the Nehemiah Group. I've also served as the founding president of Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C., and have been involved with many organizations both in Israel and the United States that supports the Jewish people and the state of Israel. Some of those that are currently involved in is the International Coalition for Israel, which is a sister organization of the European Coalition for Israel out of Helsinki, Finland, and also the International Christian Embassy in Jerusalem and the U.S. branch. I serve as chairman of that. We've also had great involvement with City Serve Israel and the City Serve Foundation, which support some of the rebuilding that's going along the Gaza Strip today in Israel due to the October 7th destruction. But a couple of other things that we've been involved in that I think could be very pertinent to what we're gathering at this meeting today is that I was one of the co-founders of Passages, which is a program whereby we scholarship college kids, primarily Christian college kids, to come to Israel so they could understand the Jewish people and Israel. Since that program started just a few years ago, we have scholarshiped almost 12,000 college kids to come to Israel, and their lives are changed forever. And the other efforts that we found out is if we can bring key potential donors to different foundations and non-for-profits to Israel, and also in people involvement in the business world who want to invest in Israel. And so we've been doing that also for the last few years, and it, again, changes them forever. And so what is it they learn when they come there? Well, first of all, they learn that they learn about the biblical Israel, they learn about the historical Israel, and they also learn about modern Israel and the Jewish people. And one of the great things that we found with especially with the 12,000 college students that come to Israel, all of them have gone to a Shabbat dinner in Jerusalem. That's something that we have always set up. And when we surveyed those young people, we found out that's the number one thing that they enjoyed the most and remembered the most about Israel was having dinner with a Jewish family in Jerusalem. And I'm convinced now that through other research that we found out that is really one of the ways to break down the walls between the Jewish people and Christians is for them to engage in a meal together. And as we saw in Amsterdam recently, the riots that were there and the persecution of the Jewish people coming from the soccer match, it's a reminder of 1939, 1942, when the Nazis started persecuting the Jewish people. And one wonderful writer said, that was all undergirded with hatred, but it was paved along the way with indifference. And that's one of the keys today. We found out, especially sending young people to Israel, they simply don't understand what Holocaust is. Some of them don't even understand the word. And that's not just for young people, too. We found it globally. That, in fact, research recently said 1 in 20 Europeans had no idea what the word Holocaust meant. So this is a global issue. And until we learn that we can wrap our arms around each other and band together, Jews and Christians alike, this problem will continue to foster and grow bigger. But there is a way to stop it. There's a way to counter, as we call anti-Semitism. And that is by wrapping our arms around each other, holding each other up, and understand the dignity that every person deserves to have. And also what it will do to save a nation. And if, in fact, we don't do that, it's maybe the attack on the Jews today, but it will transfer eventually to Christians, and it's going to eventually deteriorate and destroy a nation, as we saw that happen during the Holocaust in the 1940s. Nothing will change. So if we don't stop it now, it will have a continuous ripple effect that we will not be able to turn the tide on. So as we talk about this today and about the different conferences that are coming up, and there's many around the country, we have to keep in mind that now is the time, and indifference is not in the formula.